Okay, so the goal of this process is to train your avatar into HeyGen, to get a talking head version of your avatar into HeyGen, just like this, because once you have an avatar trained into HeyGen, you can basically use it indefinitely, unlimited, by either uploading audio or just typing your script and your avatar will speak it, whether it's an audio clip or a typed script. And once again, the benefit to doing this is that number one, it looks really good, but number two, you basically get unlimited usage. You can do, 10, 15, 20, 30-minute YouTube videos without spending a shitload of money like you would if you were doing it on Hedra or, some of the other lip syncing tools. So this is a version of Kira that I just trained into HeyGen, and here's basically what it looks like.
Sure, Scotty. So right now we're looking at Kling 1.6, and as you can tell, this is Sierra and I providing a strictly professional car washing service. Kling AI did a really good job with this clip, and so now coming into Runway, I'm going to use the exact same image and the exact same prompt, and let's see what we can get from Runway. Again, the main advantage here is that Runway offers an unlimited plan, so I can generate these 10-second clips, whereas doing this in Kling would be extremely expensive.
So as you can see, it looks pretty good, very natural. And this is what I use when I'm creating YouTube videos and Kira is presenting something on YouTube, and the video, again, might be 5, 10, 15 minutes long. And it's very easy to get Kira to basically present the whole entire thing using HeyGen. Okay, so if you followed the previous videos, you should have a version of your avatar trained into VidBuzz. So what I'm gonna do is switch this to landscape 16:9. I'll change the output to 4 images, switch this over to character mode, and then come over here and choose my character, Kira. And for the prompt, I'm just gonna type a woman in a podcast studio. I'll submit that, and it should hopefully make this prompt better. Okay, so here's our prompt. Let's see what we get with that. All right, and so here we go. We have a few options here. And so obviously you can go through this process and just generate images and iterate upon your previous prompts to ultimately get what you want. And so just for the sake of demonstration, I'm just gonna go ahead with this one right here. So I'll just download this image. At this point, you might wanna bring the image into Enhancer so that you can repair the skin textures. But just for this demo, I'm gonna go ahead and skip this step for now. And now coming into HeyGen, I'm gonna click this one, photo to video with avatar 4. So now we want to drag in our image here. Now this will allow me to create a clip up to 1 minute long. But in order to actually train a model into HeyGen itself, we actually have to have a 2-minute long talking head video. And so you're gonna understand how to do that in just a little bit. For now, we just need to get a 1 minute long audio track in Kira's voice, basically saying anything, it doesn't really matter. Now you can create voices here in HeyGen if you come to AI voice. However, in my case, I like to use 11 Labs for all of my voices and sound effects. So what I'm gonna do here is, this is the actual video that I'm working on right now, presenting this thing. So in this case, I'm just going to highlight about 1 minute worth of audio. Okay, this section right here is about 56 seconds worth of audio. So I'll go ahead and export that audio as an MP3. All right, and so after doing that, here is my little audio clip right here. Again, it's 56 seconds long, but obviously it's in my voice. And so what we need to do is convert that into Kira's voice. So I'm going to drag this into 11 Labs right here. If you look on the left-hand side, we're on the voice changer. And so basically, again, I'm just uploading my own voice, and it's going to convert my voice into Kira's voice. So I'll just click generate.
Okay, so after you have your 60-second clip from HeyGen Avatar 4.
All right, so there you go. So now my voice has been converted into Kira. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this little audio file right here. And now coming back into HeyGen, I'm gonna click upload this audio clip, bring my little audio sample right into here. And there we go, I'll add the audio. Now again, you can do this audio stuff directly here inside of HeyGen, but I use 11 Labs for a lot of different stuff. And so anything related to audio, I just use 11 Labs for that. But again, you don't need to go buy 11 Labs. You can do that stuff here in HeyGen. All right, so the last thing I need to do here is just add in a prompt. Now, if I leave it blank, she's basically just going to stare at the camera the entire time. But in my opinion, that looks a little off-putting. It looks a little weird and strange when the avatar is just creepily staring into the camera the entire time. Okay, so the prompt I put here is she periodically looks down at the computer screen, then looks back up at the camera, then looks back down at the computer, then looks back up at the camera as if she is presenting something on the computer. So it's a little bit repetitive, but I found that that actually makes a better result because, for example, if I just said she looks down at the computer periodically, what I've seen is that the AI just makes her look down at the computer the entire time. So anyway, you might have to play around with this a little bit and do a few generations until you get it to do what you want, but this is usually how I structure the prompt. And then I'll leave enhance prompt on and we'll go ahead and generate the video. All right, so after waiting for that, here's what we got.
Okay, so after you have your 60-second clip from HeyGen Avatar 4, you basically just want to duplicate that clip 3 times inside of your editor.
So yeah, that one looks okay. Again, if I was doing this for real, I would spend a bit more time. I would bring the images into Enhancer to improve the skin textures and everything like that. Obviously, if you spend a little bit more time improving your character, improving the skin textures, making it look a little bit more realistic, then it will probably look a little better. Okay, so after you have your 60-second clip from HeyGen Avatar 4, you basically just want to duplicate that clip 3 times inside of your editor. Obviously, you can do this in any sort of video editor, CapCut, doesn't matter. Right here, I'm using Premiere Pro. And so I have the clip here 3 times, and basically you just want to cut it to where you can splice it together, trying to sort of splice it together in an area where the cut is the least noticeable as possible. Now, you're still gonna see a cut no matter what you do, but if we put these together, we can see that the cut is relatively minimal.
Prompt, super basic, car washing service.
All right, so that was the cut right there. But it's not really that big of a deal. That's super normal and super common. Even if it was a real video being filmed by a real person, they obviously have to cut the video as they're editing it. So again, all I did here was basically just duplicate that 1-minute clip 3 times, and then I just cut them and splice them together so that the full video is slightly over 2 minutes, and that's pretty much it. So once you have your 2-minute training video, this is where you're going to actually train a version of your character into HeyGen. So when you're inside of HeyGen, you're going to want to come right here to the avatars section, click this button to create a new avatar. You'll want to create this hyper realistic avatar.
Hey guys, I'm John.
And then just follow the process and go through all of these steps. This is where you're going to want to upload your little 2-minute training video. And then all of these things, you can just leave this checked, leave that checked, leave this one blank. Now, I've already done this process, so I can just come down here and click one of these that I've already used. But in your case, you'll have to go through and just read through this stuff. It doesn't really matter, just go through the process, reading it as your actual self, just so you can get through these steps. So I'm gonna go ahead and click next. And now at this point, you might see a couple of warnings here saying that there's not enough brief pauses or it's not looking into the camera. I found that it actually looks very unnatural if the avatar is staring like a crazy person into the camera the entire time. So I actually prefer when they look away from the camera multiple times throughout. It just looks, you know, much more natural that way in my opinion. So I actually do this on purpose. I don't want my avatar staring into the camera the whole time, but obviously you can do it however it makes sense for your use case. And now at this point, it's going to start training the avatar. Now, what we're going to see is that this is going to get rejected. It's not going to make it past this step. Okay, so after you put your avatar through the process, ultimately it's going to get rejected. It's going to fail and look just like this. And so what you need to do is click this little menu. You're going to copy your avatar ID and then come down here to the little support thing. And I already went through the process a little bit right here, but basically you're just going to click this one for support. And then it's going to come up with some options. You're going to click this one right here that says moderation avatar video rejected. And then it's going to come up with this next message here. And from here, you click video avatar. Okay, so then it's going to pop up with this message right here. So what it says here is non-human avatars. If your avatar is a 3D human-like model, it requires manual review and proof of ownership. All right, and then they just sent this follow-up message that says provide your avatar ID, 1 to 2 sentences about the video's purpose and content type. So all I'm gonna do here is say, hi there, here is my avatar ID, and then paste my avatar ID right there. Oh, I just double pasted that, so remove that. All right, hi there, here's my avatar ID. And then I'm just gonna say, this is an AI generated image, which was then animated using HeyGen Avatar 4. Its purpose is for YouTube presentations. All right, so very simple. Hi there, here's my avatar ID. This is an AI generated image, which was then animated using HeyGen Avatar 4. Its purpose is for YouTube presentations. So I'll go ahead and send that. And this, sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're not. Usually they'll do it at the latest within 3 or 4 days, but usually within 24 hours. All right, so I then got another follow-up message asking for the proof of ownership picture. So basically you'll just want to take some screenshots of what you use to create the avatar. In my case, I'm just sending them this screenshot of VidBuzz, how I created Kira in VidBuzz right here. And then I'm just showing a screenshot that I used HeyGen Avatar 4 to make the talking head section, and that's it. So then they responded and they say, hi there, thanks for reaching out. We've examined, it's been approved. Refresh your page. So if I refresh this, we should hopefully see that it is approved. And here we go. I can now start using this avatar. And you can obviously use this for YouTube presentations or any sort of talking head type of videos.